Deutsch with Herr Hunt. Today we're going to be looking at Lesson 5, Hast du Geschwister? Do you have siblings? Hope you enjoy that cool little family tree photo. Right, cool. Hopefully if you did the prep or the homework, you've already got a really good head start on a lot of the vocabulary, really. I'm going to put the answers up there just for you to go through and green pen. I know there's another slide. I'm just going to read them out for you to do some listening for the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation of these words. Usually in class we do like a back and forth with practicing, but I think just for these lessons it's best just to look at the words, learn the words off by heart, and you can do the speaking practice elsewhere. No offense. So we've got der Onkel. Wie heißt er? Wie heißt sie? Then it's a French pronunciation for this one, unless I'm doing it wrong. It's der Cousin. Sie sind der Großvater, die Kinder, ein Bruder, ein Stiefbruder, eine Halbschwester, die Urgroßmutter. It's a cool word. Ur means like ancient. Who cares? Eine Schwester. I care. Die Eltern, die Großeltern. Heißt, sie heißt. Like this word. Die Zwillinge. Und wie alt ist er? Wie alt ist sie? Rock and roll. Oh, look at all of these. Jeez Louise. Right, down we go. Why didn't you animate all of them in one go? Who knows? We've got zwei Schwestern, eine Stiefschwester, der Vater, eine Geschwister. Wie heißen sie? Der Stiefvater. You already have that one on the last slide. Einen Halbbruder, die Cousine. Suddenly becomes German pronunciation with the feminine. I don't know. Ich bin Einzelkind. Der Urgroßvater, I thought it was meant to be. Let me double check that. Der Urgroßvater, maybe Urvater is also correct. Sie heißen. Watch out for this really subtle difference in pronunciation with brother and brothers. Zwei Brüder. So we go Bruder. It's like an U, and then brothers, it's Brüder. Die Mutter. Wie alt sind sie? Die Tante. Don't forget that E on the end. Sie ist. Die Cousinen und die Stiefmutter. Realizing you've got a cup of tea there, I'm meant to be drinking. Right, so key objectives from this lesson are to recall key vocabulary. Obviously, it's just really vocab heavy at the start of learning German. Just trying to get a base of vocab and then slowly drip feed that grammar in. Look and see if you can say that you have siblings and give some very easy, simple details about them. Should already be able to do that with saying what their name is and saying what their age is. I can include connectives, opinions, and other sophisticated structures. This is really, if you're finding all this stuff quite easy, or this really is just revision for you, the gold is really where it does kick up another couple of steps. If you can't do it, absolutely fine. If you want to give it a go, maybe you make a little mistake, brilliant, keep it up. If you go there, do it, and you don't make any mistakes, what a machine. Cool, so here's the starter slide. Going to give you, well, however long you need, really. Put it on pause. Try and translate all of these phrases again. You're trying to do this from memory. You're not just looking back on the vocab list to do this. If you can't remember, write out that word and highlight it because you need to revise that word. So just unpause when you're ready for the answers. Could I have used that opportunity to pause the video myself and drink my tea? Maybe I could have, but I didn't. Number 1. Ich habe am 2. August Geburtstag. Ich bin 13 Jahre alt. Don't forget, you don't say my birthday is. You have to say I have on. Ich bin 14 Jahre alt, aber meine Schwester ist 11 Jahre alt. And hallo, ich heiße Emmy. Man schreibt das E-M-M-Y. What a letter. If you managed to get the challenge, probably, to be fair, you could have used your vocab sheet for that one. But we've got, I have a brother who is called Johann. I also, that's this auch here with the really soft CH. Ich habe auch eine Halbschwester, die Lucy heißt. Ich finde Lucy nervig. Ta-da! I just read out the German. What? I also have a half-sister who's called Lucy. I find Lucy annoying. Can't even claim that I'm tired. Okay. Bear with me. You're going to need this bit of your knowledge organizer. Essentially, just showing you the differences in how to use genders in German. It's not something we have in English. So just take a look at this bad boy. So essentially, in German, what other language would we be doing it? We change the words for the and a. Now, you don't do that in English, obviously, but you do that in German. And you're just going to have to trust me when I say it makes sense further on down the road why they do that. It really does. It helps with being a bit more poetic and changing word order. But anyway, you change the words for the and a depending on the gender of the word that you're talking about, and something called the case. To try and simplify that, it's essentially where it is in the sentence. So if a word is masculine, and that really is just determined by, it's called etymology, so the origin of words. Certain groups of words are masculine, certain are feminine, certain origin words are a particular gender. It's got nothing to do with living things that are a particular gender, so forget that. So we've got masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural. And for A, you've got the same. I got confused there what was coming up. For masculine, if you're saying the, it's der or den. Feminine is die and die. They're both the same. I know you're saying, what do you mean what do you mean the same and why are they different? Don't worry, the explanation's coming. Neuter is das and us, and plural is die and die. For A, you can see the masculine changes again. It's ein and einen. Feminine, eine, eine. Neuter, eine, ein. And you can't have plural of A. So you can't have A shoes, can you? I don't know, maybe you can. Like, comment, and subscribe, and post what A shoes looks like. Get on with it. Get on with it. Right. Okay, so if you want to say the, like the dad, dad is masculine, which to be fair is to do with the gender, but the dad, der Vater. Ta-da! The mum, die Mutter. Straightforward. But if you want to say I have a dad, it then changes. If you really want to be a grammar nerd about this, it's to do with the subject and the object of the sentence. For example, I read the book. The book isn't doing the reading. The book is being read. So the book is not the subject of the sentence. It's not what the sentence is about. It's the object. It's what's being done to. I'm the subject of the sentence. That means Vater is the object. That makes it something called accusative. If you've ever done Latin before, if all of that makes absolutely no sense, which I guarantee you it did not to me when someone explained it to me the first few times, just know that you say, ein Vater ist lustig. A dad is funny. Ich habe einen Vater. All the other genders for talking about family members and stuff like this, they all remain the same. The spellings don't change. So if you're talking about something masculine, it just changes to einen, really. That's all that slide meant. So take a couple of minutes, probably won't need that long actually, to read through these model sentences. Ja, ich habe einen Bruder, eine Stiefschwester. Nein, ich bin Einzelkind. Can you figure out? I've put workout with your knowledge organizer, but actually it's on your knowledge organizer / vocab list. Can you use those two things to figure out what these bad boys mean? I'm going to sip my tea. Ooh, lovely. Right. Where am I? Yes. Let's just take one example. Yes. Ja, translation. Ja, ich habe, I don't know, einen Bruder. Nice and straightforward. Yes, I have a brother. Do you want to say, yes, I have two brothers? Ja, ich habe zwei Brüder. Hast du Geschwister? Do you have any siblings? Nein. Ich bin Einzelkind. If you went for that one, it's no, I am. Very literally, like lonely or only child. I'm an only child. Nice and straightforward translation in between the two languages. Just watch out, loads of my students get these two mixed up. Schwester and Geschwister, two completely separate words. Schwester, sister, Geschwister, siblings. Very different words in English, very similar words in German. Whoa, what on earth was that? I don't know if you heard that, it made a really weird noise. Right. If you download all of these resources from the TES or TES website, you'll see that there's a reading text with this. Don't worry, it's all AI stuff. Probably. Yes, can you? I would say, number one, just take a brief read through the text. Genuinely, even if you get halfway through a couple of sentences and you think, I really don't understand a lot of it, absolutely fine. But take a read through the text and then use your vocabulary sheet to translate these sentences on the right-hand side. The reason it's got all of these icons in our lessons, that shows you that we're doing a reading activity. That's our German book color, and it tells you to stick into your German book, just in case you're wondering what's going on. Probably not, though. Yeah, try and find these phrases. Also, can you work out how to say the following, then? Please unpause when you're ready to go through. Welcome back to episode 5. Hope you enjoyed our sponsor. We had, ich habe einen Bruder, I have a sister, ich habe eine Schwester, he, she is called, oh, this is from the prep. Yeah, that's the whole point why we make the prep. It's called preparation, so you should actually know this stuff. Sie heißt, they are called, sie heißen, I find him or I find them. This one's a bit tricky, but it was in the text. Ich finde ihn. Ich finde sie. I know sie looks like the word she, or is the same word, but in this instance it can mean them. He, she is, sie ist. Younger is junge, not too different. Older, älter. Some nice cognates there. If you don't know what cognate means, it means words that are very similar in both languages. And there is. Right, it's a completely different concept in German. It's called es gibt. That means there is and there are. And then the word also, very useful, is auch. Did you manage to find I find I find her? It's also ich finde sie. Another drink of my tea, so if you don't want that, just skip forward a couple of seconds. I'm not editing that out. Ever. It's in there forever. Right, and they are sie sind. Rock and roll. Just a bit of vocab finding, really. Yeah, I'm not expecting everyone to know all of these words and understand all the sentences perfectly. We've never seen denn, which means because. You haven't seen the word freundlich, although I reckon you could probably guess, but it's all just building vocab just through sort of naturally reading things. That's the whole point of this. Mini whiteboard time. If I were you and you're actually doing this, all, 2 people who watch it, you never know, some students might watch it. Do this with your vocab list open and also take a look back at this reading text because quite a lot of the stuff I used here coming up in the mini whiteboard. What a legend. Right, Nummer eins. Why did I put in der Zukunft? It means in the future. Right, get rid of that. I have a father and a stepmother. If you want to be a legend, try and use your vocab sheet. They are patient. So, unpause when you're ready to check that bad boy. It was, ich habe einen Vater und eine Stiefmutter. Sie sind geduldig. Now, I reckon probably the main mistakes you've made there are the einen and einer. If you're finding that a bit tricky, again, just check your knowledge organizer. It's all on there. It's not really much guesswork in here. I have a brother. I find him loud. Check back at that reading text. But he is also funny. Check the support box if you need it. Unpause when you're ready to rumble. Ich habe einen Bruder. Ich finde ihn laut. Aber, there it is, ist auch lustig. Nice. That IG at the end frequently sounds like a CH as well. Lustig. Don't really say lustig. Or maybe you do. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I have 2 grandparents. They have grey hair! Exclamation mark. It's very exciting. Unpause when you're ready to rumble. Tea time. Ich habe 2 Großeltern. Sie haben graue Haare. That's pretty epic, isn't it? I have an aunt and I find her smart. Don't know the word for smart? I can only say it so many times. Check your vocab list. My uncle is very creative. Not sure the word for my for uncle. It's mine, just to help you out there. And the answers. Ich habe eine Tante und ich finde sie schlau. There are different words for smart in German. You've got schlau, klug, more like clever. You can actually say clever as well, I think. Mein Onkel ist sehr kreativ. I don't know why, but I like the word uncle in German. Onkel. There we go. I am an only child. Now, this is again, I'm giving you the stuff in the support box, but give it a go. Give it a go. I am an only child, but, check 2 slides behind, 3 slides behind, but I would like a brother because they are cheeky. You can find all of this in the support box and your vocab list and the reading text. Just go and take a look. We had as the answer, ich bin Einzelkind, aber 2 different ways of saying it. You've got ich möchte, that's like I would like, or ich hätte gern, I would like to have, is what that means. I think ich hätte gern is probably more normal German. Don't say ich möchte einen Bruder. I think that maybe sounds a bit odd. Anyway, because they are cheeky, denn sie sind frech. I love that word as well, frech. Cheeky. Cheeky! I nearly said, does anyone have any questions or can I move on? Sorry, it's just a typical thing from my lessons. Any questions? No? Good. Right. A bit of open free writing here. And genuinely, I know this may sound a bit daft and I don't know if anyone actually ever watches this and it's like 10 years in the future, I may never see the comments, but I will genuinely try and check comments. I do get notifications on my phone if anyone ever watches anything. Try a bit of open free writing now. And sorry, the reason I just said all of that, if genuinely you want to post this in the comments section, I will take a look at it and give it a proofread as and when I sort of poke through the channel. So if you do want to post it in there, I don't mind checking through what you've written. Um, so say if you have brothers and or sisters, using the vocab from today, your vocab list, knowledge organizer, and again, go back to that reading text and take a look. Use it to help you. Give their names. Heißt, sie heißen. Give their ages. Ist blank Jahre alt. Sie ist blank Jahre alt. And then if you're really trying to push it. Try and add some opinions as well and some connectives. Connectives, I mean, it does what it says on the tin. They connect sentences. So and, but, because. Yeah, I can't obviously really check that for you live as you're watching this, but yeah, say if you want to post it down in the comments, I'll take a little look for you. And you know what? Even if you don't want to post it down in the comments, give it a go, give it a practice, hand it into your teacher. They'll love me for it. All I can really do is move on from that one. Oh, well, no, wait, there's a challenge. There we go. It's using your knowledge organizer to experiment with some fancy phrases. This one is really popular with students. Meiner Meinung nach, in my opinion. Watch out, though. If you're really picking up on the grammar, well done. Meiner Meinung nach ist. The verb goes straight after it. So in English, in my opinion, my brother is. You cannot say, meiner Meinung nach, mein Bruder ist. But again, that's only really for trying to really push yourself. I know there's been quite a lot of sort of just grammar naturally thrown at you this lesson. So stop rambling. Let's summarize all this bad boy then. So, mini whiteboard, try doing this now, like the start of your lesson, or the lesson. Try doing this without your vocab list and knowledge organizer. Just try to do it off the top of your head. If you get stuff wrong, whatever. That's what practice is for. So, translate sister, aunt, siblings, dad, only child, and then these few sentences. Unpaused, you little legend. So, for this we had die Schwester. You didn't have to put the D in the D, but typically, because German words or German nouns all have genders, whenever you learn a noun and whenever you write one, write it with the gender. It really does help you learn them. Oh, I capitalized the first two and then didn't continue it. Die Schwester, die Tante, die Geschwister, der Vater. Kids always laugh at that. No idea why. Der Vater und das Einzelkind. Yeah, the word for child is neuter, has no gender. See, it really doesn't match up. I have a brother. He is called Frank. He is 10 years old. I genuinely think if you watch the last few videos, you could do this. Ich habe einen Bruder. Heißt Frank. Frank. Ist 10 Jahre alt. And then if you really pushed yourself, or if you're just doing some revision because you've already done this before, ich habe eine Schwester. Sie ist kreativ. Aber sie ist auch frech. And the really, really top end stuff of this lesson, if you're really pushing it, meiner Meinung nach ist sie toll. Toll is great. It's actually slang. It means crazy. Crazy! But here we are. God. Oh well. Right, 20 minutes. It's looking pretty good for this one. So, the Hausaufgaben, it would usually be at this point in time where we're finishing the end of a week's worth of lessons, and that's where in our school we set vocabulary learning. I know it's boring, unless you find it fun, in which case, weirdo. No, don't say that. If you really like vocab learning, good on you. But I know it's a bit of a chore for most people, but we set it every single week. Depending on the group, tends to be about 20 to 30 words that we set. So you could find a different vocab learning app for this. You could use like Quizlet, Rest in Peace Vocab Express. You could do all of the different like flashcard apps that I know are out there for revision. Alternatively, I'm attaching an Excel list of the vocab that we would normally set for our students in this lesson. You could just use that to complete a look, cover, write check sheet, which is literally just it's a table with two columns where you write the English on the left, the German on the right, using your vocab list that I've attached. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's pretty obvious. It's on the topic of Haustiere. I'm not going to tell you what that means because you're going to figure it out by doing this prep/homework. All that really leaves for me to say is vielen Dank. Many thanks. If this has been helpful, happy days. Again, if you want to post anything in the comments and let me check something, go for it. If not, whatever. I'll just be quiet then. Auf Wiedersehen, Klasse, und einen schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.